Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my predictions for the next death battle. So the next death battle is going to be between Sauron from Lord of the Rings versus the Lich King, I think is how you pronounce it, from World of Warcraft. Now, these two these two characters that are very hard to get a read on exactly how powerful they are. So very even though their powers are known to a certain degree, like we know what they're capable of and all this stuff, the full extent of their abilities is unclear. So we're going to start off with what we know about both of these guys. So Sauron is a master manipulator. He can transform his shape to whatever he chooses it to be. He's disguised himself as many different creatures throughout time. He's been portrayed as literally the eye of Sauron, who can see everything that's going on. He has the ability to manipulate pretty much anyone's nature and perceptions. He is a great master of necromancy, which is the controlling of the dead and other arts of sorcery. Now, the big thing too is his big forte, excuse me, is fire. Now, that does not mean he cannot manipulate the other abilities or anything like that, but his main choice, I guess you would say, is fire and controlling and manipulating fire at will. Now he's a master of all those other things, like I've talked about as well. He's cunning and he can manipulate most people with ease, and is able to do so with a combination of his magic and his wits. So he is not somebody that can be easily taken down or easily defeated as well. So because of his deception and everything else, he proves himself to be and I'm sorry, shapeshifting abilities, proves himself to be a very powerful opponent. So then we have the Lich King. Now, the Lich King is a creature from World of Warcraft. He's the master and the lord of the Scourge, which he ruled telepathically through the helm of domination from his frozen throne atop of ice-crowned citadel. Ugh. His class is so he's considered undead, and his class is Necromancer slash Death Knight. So apparently his status is now defeatable. Um, okay. He's many different things as well, but his powers are very interesting overall. So his powers are not limited to ice mastery, so he has extreme mastery over ice. He has the ability to bend it to his will and use it to his advantage. Ice can becomes nearly indestructible when he uses it. Um, Ice is able to burn an opponent without melting, and when enhances the ice with his death coil, the ice gains a life-absorbing effect that would drain the life of anyone that touches it. We'll get to that a little bit later. He has the ability to, for necromancing, which is the ability to raise the fallen dead to do his bidding. It can be the dead corpse of any race of humanoids or species of animals, and once they're raised, they will follow the Lich King's commands to the letter, unless they're killed before able to do so, re-killed, I should say. Telepath, he's has the ability to communicate telepathically with all of the undead. Um, he has expanded upon this to talk telepathically to anyone he wants at any given moment. He also has the Death Coil, which is an energy-based attack that is fired, and when it is fired, it looks like a human skull engulfed in a green mist, and anything that touches it has life energy and a lot of it taken away from him. It can be a kill in a single hit if the opponent is weak, which his opponent is not, of course. Life Thief. With his ability, he can actually suck the life energy out of a defeated living person, giving himself a small boost of power and abilities for a time. Unholy Aura. This ability is an aura of his power that will strengthen his undead soldiers with his presence, in which they would regenerate faster, attack stronger, and even take more hits before dying again. He also has the Death Pact. So, assuming he takes a lot of damage and to the point where it doesn't look good for his survival, he can sacrifice one of his undead minions and transfer its life energy into healing energy to heal him and hopefully survive longer. He apparently has immortality. Having given the powers of the previous Lich Kings, his soul is now eternal and his body would reform after time. However, his soul can be absorbed by somebody else, in which he would be able to fight for the control of the body. He has soul binding powers. So with this power, he can take the soul that is present and bind it into the physical body or item. He also has the ability to soul retrieval. So if there's broken souls around him, he can actually form them together to create the soul that they once were and use it to do his bidding. So it's going to come down to who has the better necromancing ability. So where this is going to come down, in my opinion, is the fact that Sauron, I don't think is dead. Um, and so because he's not dead, he can't be taken over by the Lich King. So the Lich King is dead, and his soul can be manipulated by somebody who is more powerful. So although I don't think it's going to be that simple, I think Sauron has a huge advantage here. Now, the fire and ice thing, I think they'll cancel each other out. Their abilities overall will cancel each other out. I think what it comes down to, because we don't know their full physical strength and their full um, ability to go their maximum of all their powers, it's very unclear. I think the Lich Kings is more known, although it is not clear cut. So that being said, I think Sauron is going to be the winner of this death battle, mostly due to the fact that very little is known about him, um, and he could have a lot of stuff that I'm not aware of, abilities that could outdo the Lich King. But I think in the end, what's going to come down to is Sauron's necromancing ability against the Lich King, because the Lich King is more of the soul than of the body, I guess you would say. So because of that, he could be taken over. Now, not easily, but could be able to do so if weakened. That being said, I'm going with Sauron as the winner of this death battle. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Please let me know and why. The other thing, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.